It is crazy how fast time flies because the midway point of the high school football season is already here. Our Fox 4 Hy-Vee Game of the Week matches two tough teams from Missouri.
On a perfect fall night, a suburban showdown. Fox 4 Sean McDowell live in Lee's Summit with a preview of Lee's Summit North's long road trip to Lee's Summit West. Sean?
Battling neighbors for certain, John and Lauren. Good evening, everybody. We'll advise you, by the way, if you're headed out to a high school football game tonight, heed the weather because it was kind of touch and go coming from Signal Hill down 71 to get to Lee's Summit. Little rain here or there, so be prepared for that. As for tonight's matchup, Lee's Summit North and Lee's Summit West, it must feel a little like mirror images looking at each other. Both these teams know each other very well. They're neighbors, of course. They can both take major steps toward district titles this evening, and they're both ranked in the Missouri Class 6 top 5 as far as the state official rankings go. Speaking of looking familiar, if you look very closely, one of the Broncos' top guys on offense might look familiar to Kansas City Chiefs fans because he has a famous relative.
Go, family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family. Bloodlines run deep between these sidelines.
That's it.
Lee's Summit North tight end Grayson Bell has football in his DNA. To Grayson, Pro Football Hall of Famer Bobby Bell is more than one of the game's greatest linebackers. He's his grandpa and a Kansas City Chiefs superstar from 4 decades ago. Grayson Bell's father, also named Bobby Bell, also played 2 years in the NFL of his own.
I was always around football, but my dad did not let me start till my 8th grade year.
And when the sophomore showed up in Broncos camp last year, he was an instant starter at tight end.
He's only going to get bigger. He's only going to get better.
Jamar Mosey, Lee's Summit North's head coach, says Grayson's size at 6'7" packs huge potential.
The sky's the limit for that young man, and he's, of course, he's got genetics on his side with Grandpa. So, you know, God's blessed him with some good tools.
And Grayson's pawpaw, who just turned 79, is a regular at North High's games.
They give me great advice. I'm always able to turn to them when I watch film and stuff and say, what do you think I need to do to get better?
Yet Bell's teammates didn't know about his famous grandpa for some time.
I never knew until a year after. Grayson never told us, and I think he wanted to start his own legacy and make his own footsteps.
I want to be better than my dad. I want to be better than my grandfather. Will you be as great as them? Will you strive for excellence and try to reach those heights that they reached in their career?
The 3-2 Broncos have a battle on their hands tonight. 4-1 Lee's Summit West, winning games by an average of 31 big ones. We'll have that and more tonight during Fox 4 Hy-Vee Game Night. Harold, Jessica, Chad Rader from 810 Varsity, and yours truly. We'll see you on television tonight at 10:45. You know, choosing a game of the week this week was trickier than it normally is. We had a bevy of big-time matchups, including the Catholic Clash from over on closer to State Line Road, actually. Bishop Miege visiting Rockhurst. That and so many matchups are just mega games this evening. We're going to get to as many of them as we can tonight at 10:45. Sean McDowell, Fox 4 News.